Guys, I am the only one out here. You look everywhere as far as you, I haven't seen a car in miles. It is so awesome. Okay guys, we are roughly 100 miles away from home, and this is what's happened. We just died on the road. More of the same of what it was doing before. What it did about a week ago, a little over 8 days ago, and what we fought with on, was it on Wednesday and Thursday? Same thing. So I'm thinking it may be the fuel pressure regulator. The pump is working. We've got the cover for the throttle position sensor off, because I may adjust that. I don't want to adjust it unless it's running, because you move it very, very little. So I don't want to touch that yet, but it could be my fuel pressure regulator right here. It's just a canister, or it could be my engine temp sensor, which is on the other side. I'll show you where it is. Which is on the other side, which is what I thought it might have been right from the beginning, when it's way up under here. If you can see it, it's right there. So, what I thought when I first pulled off, I thought it could have been it, because it just slips over a little barb. So I thought it could have been it. Pulled it off, but it was good. It's not our fuel pressure. I mean our fuel pump. This is our filter, and you see it fills up pretty quickly. So we're getting good flow there, and we were just riding it. what happened was we were just riding it. We stopped for our I stopped to get, it was hot, so I stopped to get something to drink, and then we were there for probably about a half hour, letting the bike cool, let me cool, kind of things like that. And it was perfect before. We jumped on it post, not perfect after. So that kind of gave us a little bit of problem. So unsure, we didn't get gas there. I did check the oil in it, but then I thought maybe we had some bad gas, so we went and added some gas, and I added some fuel injector cleaner, and we went about 15-18 miles, and then it was hesitating a good bit. You could find a sweet spot and it'd be okay, but I'm gonna go through, let it cool a bit. We know that from history that if it cools down, it'll start and it'll run, so we'll check and see exactly what's doing it. I may pull off the pressure regulator and just kind of beat on it a little bit just to make sure I don't have anything that's holding me up there. It's right here, so it's not that hard to get to. So I can undo that. Let me just see if I can beat on it, put it back on, see if it works better. Okay, so we got the regulator off, so we're just gonna, I don't know what's in this thing, so, but we're just gonna beat on it like, I'm in somebody, I guess it's a business. So, let's put it back on, see if it makes a difference. Okay, let me prime it. That means we're going into the tank through that regulator. Oh, that sounds different. Let's go one more time. I think we're through. That means it's opening the check valve, which is right in here. So no, not yet. Let me see, is my fast idle on? No, let's try turning it on. It is kind of groany. Let me see something here. Let me pop this open and see if, yeah, we got, is that, yeah, it's moving, fuel's moving. Let me try a little throttle. Yeah, no. So it's got to be in one of the sensors, but I'm not. But the problem is I'm not getting a DFI warning. See, normally if one of the sensors are out, you'll get a DFI warning. So we did have a sensor that was on the edge. Can't remember exactly which one it is, but now I'm trying to figure out what to do. 100 miles away from home. Do I call AAA? I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to ride home on this thing. Is the way I want to do it. Okay, guys. This is where we end up. Shut down yesterday. About 83 miles from home. Still, this is overnight. Still not doing the same thing. So we are here in, I got an Uber yesterday to the airport, rented a car, drove it home, picked up the truck, and now we're gonna load this sucker up and then we'll sort it out at home. What's that?
How are you feeling about this?
About loading this thing up right now?
Yeah.
I feel okay. I had a night to process it, and once I fell asleep, I was okay. Tired yesterday, but now it's and it didn't start today, right? Although I hit the button, it may start now. We got loaded in the truck. It didn't start twice. It did that, but it did that same thing to me and BJ and I, when, you know, yeah. We get home and figured out, I did order a temperature sensor to be able to do that, so that'll be here Sunday. Actually, it'll be here Sunday. Amazon, thank you very much. There was apparently the same Bosch used the same one for Volkswagen Beetles. So it's easier to get the one for the Volkswagen Beetle than it is to get the one for this. You just have to change the connector in the end. But that's worth it. So that'll be here, and we'll see. That should solve our challenges. I could let you drive, and I could ride back here for the last 83 miles. That would be a-okay. So maybe I just hook down here. Yeah, this is a pain to kind of strap this guy in without trying to jack up the thing. How do you feel about this?
I'm happy you're home.
Huh?
I'm happy you're home. I'm proud of you.
Proud of me?
Yeah. I mean, that you did something that most people probably wouldn't have done. It was adventurous. Took a chance. Had courage.
Sexy. All that
Sexy
stuff.
for sure, yes.
That video will be on the old events. Okay guys, we're back. We made it back home. The GPZ and me, we made it back home. 3,000 miles. Some of it under our own power, some of it not. Last 83 miles shut us down. And in particular, the old Mississippi River Bridge in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, going from Port Allen, Louisiana to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Right there, doesn't have any shoulders, it's super skinny. It wasn't running very well, and I didn't want to be that guy that his motorcycle stalled on the bridge and shut the bridge down. So I shut it down, chose to shut it down right there. If the road would have been flat, we could have kept nursing it, because I had just nursed it about 25 miles from when we had stopped before, and but it wasn't worth the risk of what might not happen on the Mississippi River Bridge. So we just didn't want to. I didn't want to chance it. We're 83 miles away at a safe spot I could pull off, and good thing I did, because as soon as I pulled the clutch in, it died and it didn't start back up. So that's kind of where we ended up. Thankfully, I was able to. The Baton Rouge airport is just right on the other side of the river, so I was able to call an Uber, bring me to the airport, pick up a rental car, and then head back home. Got home last night. Carrie and I ran down there this morning, the 83 miles in the truck and the rental car, dropped the car off, picked up the bike in the truck, and then made it home. So I got to finish the last 83 miles with Carrie, albeit with the motorcycle in the back, but it was good nonetheless, right? So the question is, well, Eric, you didn't make it, you broke down. I still think that Tuesday a week ago, God, it's so crazy. It's been 10 days. 10 days. I made it. It's 10 days since I left. when I left that morning of the 6th, June 6th, right around 6 a.m., when I made the left turn off my road onto the main road in our neighborhood, we'd already won. We had already won this battle, because up until that point, we were going to ride a motorcycle to Colorado and back. And at that moment, the moment I made that left turn, I was riding a motorcycle to Colorado and back. And we did it. You know, it was such an amazing trip. And for those of you guys who followed along, I'm eternally grateful for the countless conversations that I had with strangers along the way. Was just incredible. You know, if you watch the news, you'll see how divided we are. But if you get out in the world, we got so much in common. We're so connected to so many. You know, nobody once asked me my political views or where I stood on anything. They just had a conversation with another human. We just had a conversation, which I thought was incredible. It was enlightening. It was inspiring. It was hopeful. That I really enjoyed. And to the people that are our great sponsors that supported this journey: Expert Mindset, Brickhouse Builds, Moto Mango, David Colvin III, Van True, Pete's Classic Cycle, Gordon Bass, and Ace Cafe Bikes. Guys, I'm eternally grateful to that, and for all the well wishes along the way, that people supporting this journey. It really meant a lot on this trip, because it was tough. But a big shout out goes to BJ from Brickhouse Builds. I mean, he was the MVP of this trip. He really helped out. I mean, it was not helped. I mean, come on. He got in his van and drove 150 miles to meet me where the AAA guy would bring me the 100 miles. And then we rode back another 150 miles. So he did 3 hours. I mean, 300 miles in that. He didn't have to, you know. Come on. We know how it's rough to bring somebody to the airport that we like. And it was interesting. It was great. It was humbling. But an amazing experience. I wouldn't trade anything with it. Do I wish that the motorcycle would start and run right now? Yeah, it'd be good, but we'll get it. I've already got engine temperature sensor ordered, which I think that's our culprit here, because it was super hot yesterday. I mean, it was really hot, and I really think that may be the culprit. And so we'll see. If not, we'll check on. We can order another TPS throttle position sensor, and we can get the other things. We'll check all that. We're going to give it a good once over, and we're going to go through the bike. We are not done with this guy. By all means, it's about to get a bath that it's never had. From what I mean, I washed the fairings, but I never washed the main chassis part of this motorcycle, just because I never intended to ride it 3,000 miles. I never intended to clean it, but never cleaned the front forks or anything like that. And so we're gonna, I gotta clean all the road grime off of it, just because if I'm gonna have to work on it, try to keep these clean. Plus, I got all down the right side of it. For those of you guys who are just now catching up, this is my makeshift oil plug right here, as you can see it. Nice safety tied so I don't lose it. Nice little plug that goes right in there, and we're gonna clean it all up. And I gotta get a proper. I've got to fix my exhaust. You see my zip ties back there holding it on. I lost the bracket that went between there and there, and I lost the clamp down here that holds it. So I just had to get this to hold it on, and it, you know, hey, it made it about 1,000 miles with it like that, so I guess it's okay. But you can see how there's just crap all over it. So we're gonna clean it up just so we can. It deserves that much, so that when we get ready to work on it, hopefully the engine temperature sensor will be here on Sunday. Amazon, thank you very much. Come to find out, after doing some research, VW Beetle engine temperature sensor from the same time period, Bosch made, and they're basically the same. The only difference is that it has a spade connector on the end. So I'll just snip that off and get to, let's see, I think I can get to it right here. This one has a bullet style connector because it just pushes onto the end. So we're just gonna put a new connector on it and we'll be good to go. We won't have to worry about it. But that'll be it. So guys, this was a crazy adventure on a 40-year-old motorcycle that had been left for dead. Stored outdoors without spark plugs. And we got the engine free, we got it to fire up, we got it to work, and then we rode it almost 3,000 miles. Rode it across the country. And you know, I was thinking about this yesterday when I was broken down on the side of the road the first time. And I was thinking that, you know, about a week ago, we had broke down. A little over a week ago. It was on Wednesday when we broke down. We left Tuesday, we broke down on Wednesday. And we were 5 hours away from home. It would have been so easy to get the AAA guy to take me 100 miles south. It would have been so much easier. Carrie could have picked me up, I would have been home, Bob's your uncle, none the wiser, would have been good. We gave it a good go. But we hung in it, and it was incredible. We made our way through it, and guys, I'm not saying you got to go ride a motorcycle across country, but you need to do something, right? We all need to do something that scares us, that I'm not saying scaring us, but puts us outside our comfort zone, so that you get to see what happens. I mean, really, like I said before, what's the worst thing happen? Is it going to break down? Probably. It's probably going to break down. But the worst thing happened is I wake up June 10th and I didn't give it a go. And that's what we did. You know, we stepped out and we tried it. And I think we were extremely successful. This is still the best motorcycle ever made. I'm not saying the Kawasaki GPZ1100 is the best motorcycle. I'm saying this is the best motorcycle ever made. To do what it did, come on. It's astounding. It's astounding. And so, for that, we had a great time. And there'll be more to come on this guy. We're going to give it some proper love between now and then, just to make it super, super solid and give it the love it deserves, you know, to really, really make it happen. We are going to get a proper all filler cap just because it deserves it. And we'll do some other things. We're going to check we're going to probably get a new fuel pressure regulator. We'll probably get a new, I do have a new fuel filter here. We'll probably check into a fuel pump. So just to make sure all of the things that could fail on this 40-year-old fuel injection, that we're good on it. And if we do that, then I think we'll be solid. All the sensors, we're going to go through and do checks on it and make sure that's what it is. So, thing's awesome. The thing is amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible it made it this far. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're in the subscribing mood, wander on over to our friends, Brickhouse Builds, Gold Guy, Moto Mango, Ace Cafe Bikes, Pete's Classic Cycles, and Mile Zero Racers, and give them a subscribe too. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.